I'm Cade Stover with the NFLPA. Come spend a day on the farm. What farming means to me, it's really more of a lifestyle rather than it is a occupation or a job or something along that sort. Like, to me, it's really all I've ever known at this point. And it's really that and football is really all I care about, to be honest with you. I grew up 3 miles away from here, roughly, on my family's farm. We raised Black Angus cattle.
From when he was little, he would end up sitting on a tractor, and then you're, freaking out, like, where is he, where is he? From 5 years old, had to start driving the tractors so that we could work as a family. We didn't have any hired help. He would get on there and my husband would bale hay behind him, and he never complained, never, asked questions. He just was a natural.
I've known what I have wanted to do from the moment I knew you had to work for a job, basically. My dad wanted to, he wanted to make a shake at trying to farm full time, and he came up here and bought a bigger place, this is 45 minutes north of where my grandparents grew up at. He bought that as a first-generation farmer, and that's almost unheard of nowadays. I watched him grow up and I watched him work and want to just farm. And my goal, really, my whole entire life was to be able to buy this place and raise enough cows to where that he can just farm and he can do what he wants to do with me and basically raise a business together. It's been my screensaver since I was in high school. And every time I open that phone up, I just know that, like, that's what you're working towards. That's what your goal is, to be able to buy this place. The sale went through with the family, like, it was I was in tears tremendously, like, unbelievable. I couldn't contain myself because it was something I've wanted for my whole entire life. That moment and then getting drafted were really two of the most special moments of my life.
When he did sign, I remember he had tears in his eyes, and we all just, hugged and said, congratulations, I cannot believe this is happening. But just to see him pull down the driveway, he goes really slow and he just looks back and forth and just says, I just can't believe it. That is what, as a mom, is what just touches my heart.
First thing here when I bought this place, I was super excited about my fruit trees, pear tree and 2 apple trees. Over here, these are old harvest store silos that back when, like, dairy and business was good, this was the sign of, hey, I'm making a lot of money, and people put these up in like 1980, 1970. My goal is to basically convert these into dry grain silage, so any type of eared shelled corn that we get, I'll put all that in here so I got stuff to feed the cows in the winter, what we feed. This is our high-speed disc. Before you go in and plant any of our crops, we'll run this thing through, and it basically breaks up the top of the dirt and leaves a nice seed bed so you can plant all your seeds. We had an old self-propelled hay bind before we had this one, and then this is still, it's new to us, but it's an older hay bind, so it does the job good and cuts good hay for us. One of my favorite things here, this is our combine. I'm a big green paint guy now. It's kind of my thing. So this is what takes off all the crops, all the hay, all the corn, all the soybeans, all the wheat. Like, this is what harvests it all and puts it in the bins for us. When this place was originally, like, designed, this was a dairy farm. This barn was built in 1975. The house was built in 1803. 30 years ago, this place is loaded with cows. See, like, little metal rails and stuff, those are called free stalls. So that's where Holstein cows, a dairy cow, whatever, but like your typical black and white cow that a lot of people know, they were a lot bigger than the cows we raise. These things are made for big giant animals, and Angus cow's not necessarily as tall and long, they're shorter and fat because you eat them. Basically, it'll be converted into a barn that they can lay wherever they want. It's just a super cool place to stand up here and act like you're at the stockyards. When I first saw this place, this is like one of my favorite things, was this little perch, like overwalk kind of thing. Because when you do decide to fill this place up with cows, you'll be able to walk and check cows. Just, you don't got to actually get in there with them and make everybody get up and frazzle all around, because you can walk up here and check everybody and make sure everybody eats. This is our hay baler. So this is what makes all our hay, all the big round bales. You see all the big circles in the field. So the hay goes in, feeds it, and then when it's ready, you'll get an alarm in the cab, you let it out the back, and there you go. Then you got cow feed for the winter. This was the first tractor I actually ever drove. I was 6 years old when we square baled straw that summer. I drove it and I couldn't reach the pedals. I couldn't reach the clutch or the pedal to stop it. So Dad was on the back of the wagon stacking it, and he would have to jump off the wagon, hit the clutch, hit the brake, and then put me back in park to stop this tractor. And this was my great-grandfather's. To still have this, and just, one, it's a testament to how things were built back then, because if you had a car from 1970 that had 10,000 hours on it, like, or 1,000,000 miles on it, like, that thing's probably not running anymore. Like this thing, like you can get on, you can pop it and it's gonna start right up and go. There's a lot of things with sentimental value, and this is the most important tractor on the place. So this is our biggest tractor right here. This is a Challenger. So this is a track tractor, meaning that it turns different, operates different, but it's a super smooth ride. And we work all our ground with this, and it pulls the grain cart for us. Any high horsepower stuff, any hard pulling stuff, this is what we pull it with. This tractor came with the farm. I put 2 hydraulic lines from the front of this thing all the way up to the cab just to get it to move. So this still needs a lot of work to it, but I mean, it runs and it moves around, so that's a starting point. This was really my first real purchase of a piece of equipment when I knew I was getting this place. I went to 8x15 Kenzie. I had it tricked out with all the precision planning stuff on it. Truly my first time ever having GPS on the planner, or having GPS on the tractor that ran the planner, which was unbelievable. So I didn't have to drive it half the time. This is the newest tractor on the whole place. This came from Ag Pro, so sponsorship kind of deal that we do. They send out different pieces of equipment, let me run them, and basically they'll come out and shoot the content and promote that kind of stuff. And it's been an unbelievable partnership, like truly has helped, especially earlier on in college, like when I wasn't back yet and we had the junkier stuff, they would send out stuff that would be brand new. And this tractor's been unbelievable and just a really good partnership with Ag Pro. They're just good people all around. So that's what turned me green in the first place. I was a red guy, now I run green stuff. So this is actually my dad's tractor. This is a 6310, which was before I bought my 6200. We got a little logo going on a lot of tractors. We started getting some stickers, putting them on stuff, which totally pumped about. You can't deny there's a correlation between this lifestyle and the way I grew up to a football lifestyle. And a lot of times it really just comes down to what you put into these animals or what you put into a crop, like that's what you get back out of it. So, I mean, the harder you train in the off season, the better you prepare yourself, the better you take care of yourself, the better you eat, the better you feel in the fall, and the better you play in the fall. And I think that there's no way that you can look at that and not see their correlation.
Just to think that this little boy that's always said, I just want to farm, I just want to farm, and to think that he is actually doing it. And he has a piece of paper that he wrote on that I want to play in the NFL and I want to farm. And I found that, and I just can't believe that it all came true. I thought, yeah, it's really, a far stretch, but now here he is living it out. It's really emotional.
A lot of people know me as playing NFL, you play for Ohio State, like, you're a football player. But I mean, for me, like, I would much rather be known, and for somebody, if they would come up and say, hey, like, you have a beautiful group of calves at your place, or dude, I've never seen a farm like yours. That, to me, like, I'm like, you're automatically good in my book, you know what I mean? So that's really like, I mean, football is my day job, but like, just like anybody that loves doing stuff, I mean, this is a hell of a passion here.